Hey y'all, it's Sandy with Little House on Metairie. Welcome if you are new here, and if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back and visiting me. In today's video, I thought it'd be fun to kick off this year's fall decorating series, looking back at some past years decorating to get some ideas for this year. So without further ado, let's look back at some of my favorite fall decorating videos. In today's video, we will be doing a fun fall decorate with me here in our main living room. If you're new, this room is what we call the fancy room. We have a family room where I do a little bit more kid-friendly decorating. And in here, I like to make it a little bit more formal and classic, but yet laid back. My motto is when you walk into my home, I want it to be like a warm hug, and it's so easy to do that with the elements of fall, and I'm hoping to recreate that here in this room. I want to bring in some plaids. I have a lot of pieces that I thrifted last year that I did some remakes to this room. Like I said, I do want to bring in some plaid elements along with gold tones and just some beautiful oranges and gold fall leaves and colors. With that being said, I'm excited to get started. I want to take you guys along with me, so let's get to decorating. So for those of you who have been following me for quite some time know I love to start by decorating this fireplace mantle. It just kickstarts my seasonal decorating. It's one of my favorite things to do next to tablescapes. I love to take something as simple like this ugly garland. So I promise guys, it will be transformed into a beautiful fall mantle. It does not look like much right now, but I do like to leave this garland up year round because I like to just use it as a base for seasonal decorating. So I'd love to use that base garland just to secure the garlands that I layer up here for the mantle. So first I added this beautiful one. I can't recall exactly where I got this one. Some garlands were actually given to me for free. A lot of people know I decorate, so they hand things down to me. If this one wasn't passed down to me, it was probably bought on sale from either Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or Amazon. So next I'm stringing in this, to me it looks like a branch garland. So I want it to look very organic with the branches spread out. So I'm going to take my time to fluff it out, but I won't film it because we have a lot to decorate today and a lot of things to do. So I may do this as a two-part series. I'm not sure, depending on how long this takes me, because like I said, we have a lot of this room to decorate. So we're going to take it in steps, and if it gets too long, I'll make a part 1 and a part 2. So I'm going to use a total of 3 of these branch garlands, and I'm going to just kind of place the other one on top and fill in any gaps. So I'm not going to film this again. Like I said, I don't want this video to get too long, but I am going to take the time just to space and spread everything out. Next, I want to add some fall stems. So I'm not sure exactly which ones I'm going to keep. Some I've had for a long time that I'm just going to try to tuck here and there. And then there is a few that I did buy specifically this year for the colors I want to achieve. So these I bought from Michael's this year. They were 60% off. So I'm going to tuck them in. I am going to break them into smaller stems just to kind of tuck throughout. But I want to make sure that I like the color first before I do that. Next, I'm layering in these beautiful stems, also bought from Michael's this year. I love the velvet pumpkins on them. And I'm just sticking them inside the garland right now. I don't want to break them into smaller stems just yet until I know I'm using them. So we'll come back and do that later if necessary, but I just wanted to make sure I'm happy with the overall look before committing to do that just yet. So I'm liking the different textures and colors. So now I'm ready to commit, and I'm just going to break a few of these stems off and then just tuck them throughout the garlands. So I just wanted to show y'all the pillows that we're going to be using in the living room today, and why I chose these specific fall stems, because they match the color in the pillow so perfectly. So again, I'm going to tuck these throughout the mantle until I use them all, because I love the color that it's going to pull from the pillows. Love how the mantle's turning out. I may remove these green and rust orange color ones, but first I want to hang a wreath to make sure before I commit to taking them out, to see how it all ties together. So I'm going to hang this beautiful wreath with this ribbon I bought from Michael's. Again, 60 or 70% off that week I went. So I have a hook up here, and that's just how I attach the ribbon to it. And then we're going to get some more velvet pumpkins. I bought these in a bag, and I just want to use a few and hot glue them to the wreath. The wreath I've had for years, but I want to tie it all together with bringing some velvet texture up here also. Next, I want to add this beautiful basket to the bottom, and we're going to just add some different pumpkins inside of it. But first, I want to crinkle up this packaging paper and place it at the bottom of the basket so that everything doesn't sink to the bottom. First pumpkin I want to add is this one. I bought this years ago from Hobby Lobby. It lights up, so I'm going to plug it in and place that in the center of the basket first. So this basket was actually given to me, and I have used it in so many different ways. I love the shape and the color of it. So now it's time to light things up. If this is your first time here, I use this remote often to turn on and off my seasonal lighting. So you can add up to 3 strands of lights per unit, and with a click of a button, turn on and off the lights. And I have a unit like this in this room and in our family room. So I will link this amazing invention below if you are like me and have many strands of lights that you don't want to have to plug and unplug, especially this upcoming Christmas season. Now I'm going to layer in these pumpkins that either came from Hobby Lobby or Dollar Tree of different sizes, colors, and textures. Originally, I was going to add the gold candlesticks here with the orange candles, but I wanted to try these first. I moved them from my kitchen into here. You might recognize them. I thrifted these cute bird candlesticks, and I used them on our kitchen seal above our sink, but I am loving how they're looking right here, so I may leave them and just put the gold ones in the kitchen. And next, I'm adding these pumpkins. I love the texture and the colors to them, and these were bought from our local pop shelf. The electric fireplace below, I want to add this beautiful sign I bought from Hobby Lobby. It's been a couple of years since I bought it, but I thought it would match and bring in the brown tones from up here. In front of the sign, I'm adding this thrifted pumpkin that I painted last year. So I'm going to keep the basket that I have right here next to the fireplace, and I'm going to add the same blanket I added last year. I love the colors, and it's going to match again. And then I have this beautiful bird pillow that I'm going to tuck inside. But first, I want to bring in another layer. So I'm going to add this waffle one I thrifted last year to the back of it, and then the bird pillow tucked in front of it. So if this is your first time here, I wanted to introduce you to our fur babies. Belle is our black dog, and Daisy is her cute baby. And I'm going to cozy the couch up with some blankets and pillows that they love to lay on. These blankets were $6.49 from Hobby Lobby. They had a great clearance on their pillows and blankets. And then I'm layering these beautiful plaid ones. This was the inspiration of the color for this room. And they were $20 for 2, which isn't too bad, especially for today's prices of pillows. And these came from Ross. I'm going to layer them with the original pillows that came with the couch and love seat. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep all these pillows, but I'm just trying different things. And I'm going to layer these really pretty lumbar pillows in the middle. I'll probably go back and tweak the pillows a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm loving it, but first I want to decorate the coffee table to see what colors I want in the pillows. So I bought that scallop tray from TJ Maxx, as well as this adorable pumpkin. It was $14.99, and I will link it in the description box below. I'll link anything that I can from today's video, but this pumpkin, if they still have it, I think this would be so beautiful on a Thanksgiving tablescape or anywhere in your home for the Thanksgiving season. But I wanted to show, so I'm going to add this thrifted book, and then we'll place the pumpkin on top. And next to the pumpkin, I added this picture that will create a beautiful arrangement in, also bought from TJ Maxx this year. So I'm taking these two stems and just kind of making them into one. I love the yellow gold ones, and then the rust color orange is like bringing in the colors from the pillows. So again, I'm not sure if I'm keeping these pillows in the backdrop, but I definitely want to see how this turns out first before we make that decision. And in the center, I'm adding these darker brown tones, and then again I'm taking the time to separate them and just making it look as wild in nature as I can. These stems I had for a while, so I can't recall where I got each one from, but usually I get them on sale from Hobby Lobby or from the Dollar Tree. If you check the Dollar Tree often enough, you can usually find some great stems to use for your arrangements. I'm going to switch out the two books right here. I'm going to use this one elsewhere, and then I want to bring in a little bit more brown, so I'm adding this brown one underneath the picture. To finish off the vignette, I just added some random pumpkins and some balls. These were thrifted or bought from a pop shelf. Next to the tray, I added these beautiful candle holders that was thrifted last year that I did a very easy DIY by just painting them, and I just did the sponge painting method. I didn't want to completely cover it. You could spray paint something like this, but when you want details, definitely sponge paint. And then I'm adding these beautiful candles. We bought these from Michael's. I used one of them in my kitchen this year, and I am obsessed. I love the top of them. It looks like the wax has actually melted, so they look so realistic, and the colors in them are absolutely gorgeous, along with the details of the leaves. And for the finishing touch, I'm adding this beautiful yellow gold leaf plate. So now that the coffee table is all decorated, I definitely decided to switch out those yellow pillows. I'll use those in the family room this year. And I wanted to add some more color and bring in some more of that deep, they almost like call it like a deep brownish rust color. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but these pillows match perfectly. These were from At Home. They were $15, and I thought they were so beautiful. So I'm adding one to this chair. As you see, Daisy is hamming it up, saying cheese for you guys. That is going to make the cutest little fall picture. So I did take a still photo of that, and I'll post it right here. And there's Belle enjoying the couch with the new pillows. The pillows brought much more color to the room that I was hoping for. Now we're going to remove this summer picture, and I'm going to add back my trusty gold mirror that I love to add in this room, especially for the fall and winter months. It needed a quick cleaning, and I just want to let you guys know that the previous owners of this home left that beautiful picture for us. Next, we're going to decorate this corner cabinet, and I like to start by decorating the top. I want to add this beautiful dark thrifted basket, and I put another wreath that I had, an extra one, like the one we hung above the fireplace mantle. I'm not going to need it anywhere else, and I thought it would tie in the colors. And I'm just adding some extra pumpkins, some picks up here, and this precious fall sweet fall sign. Now let's do some shelf styling. So I added this beautiful peel and stick contact paper my friend had given me, and I'm hoping the fall decor looks just as beautiful with this as a backdrop as the summer decor did. So down here I left the bird cage and some thrifted books, and I'm going to add this beautiful pumpkin that I painted last year. I bought it from Hobby Lobby. It was a paper mache one, and to go with my gold theme last year, decided to paint it. And then I'm adding this cute little thrifted pumpkin. It's actually an ornament. I put that on the inside of the bird cage, and this beautiful amber vase. For a pop of green color, I'm adding this faux flower in front of the bird cage. Next shelf, I'm adding this beautiful fleur-de-lis gold tray, and then I'm going to add this beautiful, it's like a yellow mustard color pumpkin. I bought it from Hobby Lobby. I absolutely love the texture to it. And then I'm just putting some decorative balls and some pine cones just to fill in the rest of the tray. Moving the tray over ever so slightly to add this cute mini thrifted Goodwill vase and this adorable Bless Our Home pumpkin I bought from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. To this shelf, I'm adding my favorite fall decor so far, this cute leaf from Pop Shelf, and then this really cute burgundy book next to it to place this precious TJ Maxx pumpkin and adorable bird in the middle. To the top shelf, I'm adding this mini thrifted basket. I love the copper leaves on it. And I decided to go ahead and just pop one of these faux plants from Walmart inside of the basket just to bring some more green up here to the top. Next, I'm putting this really cute mini vase I bought from, it was the Pinhook Flea Market local to us. She has such great pieces there. And I love to just go look for a seasonal decor when I go shop there. And this adorable turkey, it opens up and allows you to put some little things inside. I'm going to leave it empty this time, but I think this also came from either Pinhook Flea Market or my friend's consignment shop Roundabout Resale. The last thing we're going to add is this mini gold pumpkin just to bring some gold tones to the top. And I love how this corner shelf is styled simple for fall. So another thrift find that I found last year at a local Goodwill were these leaf plaques. I did a mini makeover just by painting them this beautiful gold color, and I almost put them back. They were 99 cents a piece, but I'm sure glad I didn't because I absolutely love them and I want to use them again on this wall right here. Now let's decorate this end table on the side of the love seat. So I'm switching out the shades to the lamps just to bring in a little bit more warmer tone. My sister-in-law had given me 2 of them and I thought they would be perfect to switch out for the fall and winter season. And then next I'm adding this beautiful vase. I think this was given to me because I don't even recall buying it. So I'm going to just make a really easy arrangement inside, starting off with these goldish yellow eucalyptus picks. I think they're so beautiful. But a sweet subscriber gave me the tip to use rubber bands. I used to use like floral wire, so this is a lot cheaper. So if you're using a vase like this one that has a small neck and it expands out larger at the bottom, it's hard to pull the picks out when you're done decorating. So I used to use the floral wire, and thanks to my sweet subscriber, I want to pass along this tip that saved me a lot of money and precious time because those rubber bands are super easy. Next, I'm adding these beautiful florals. I bought these, it was either from Michael's or Hobby Lobby this year, and I love the green little seeds that it kind of mimics to bring in a little bit of green to the arrangement. I'm just kind of fluffing them out. Again, I usually buy all of my florals from Hobby Lobby or Michael's if they're on sale, as well as sometimes Amazon, and you can always keep checking at Dollar Tree. Sometimes you find some really good ones every now and then, at least I do for sure. And then I'm adding these beautiful, they're like I wouldn't say a burgundy, but like maybe a deep red color. And I'm just tucking a few of those in just to bring in some of the deeper red tones in the room. I want to add this beautiful leaf that I bought from, I think it was from the Pinhook Flea Market last year. I definitely thrifted it for sure. And I love the beautiful yellow tone that it has. So I'm just adding a small pick and then another one of those beautiful LED candles that we used on the coffee table area. Again, I love the colors in this, and it's going to bring in some more of that deeper reddish tone over here, as well as the yellows and the oranges. I'm going to slide this over just a bit so I can add some fleur-de-lis coasters. On this end table, I'm adding this wax candle lamp. I've had this for years. And then I'm adding this beautiful gold tray that I thrifted. And I want to add a diffuser and just create another cute vignette inside of this. So I'm starting off with pouring some water in our diffuser, and then we're going to add an apple pie blend that I made. So if this is your first time here, I am a certified aromatherapist, and I love incorporating aromatherapy in my seasonal decorating. So I will do a whole separate video with some fall scents and blends that we can make. So look forward to that. If you haven't already done so, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I love sharing blends and recipes that you can use for your seasonal decorating and your family's needs. If you don't already have a diffuser, I will link one below, especially a color changing one like this. It's so fun to use for seasonal decorating. I decided to add the orange glow for today's video. Now I'm adding this cornucopia, also thrifted from the Pinhook Flea Market, Inside of it, I tucked some pumpkins and some stems. I tried to zoom in and show you guys I added this really cute textured pumpkin from Pop Shelf. And I'm trying to use one hand to zoom in while I film. And I'm trying to fit everything in a very tight space. I'm going to have to put it back on the tripod because as you see, it's hard to film and hold the phone at the same time. So it's going to go back to being grainy, but I promise it won't last long because we're almost finished. On this side, I'm going to add a plaid pumpkin. Again, from a Pop Shelf local to us. I hope you guys have one. If y'all do, it's definitely worth going check out. They have great prices like Dollar General with lots of home decor, and they have the most cutest things for each season. And we're finishing off just by tucking in a few more pumpkins from Pop Shelf and some that I had for years that I'm just pulling out of bins just to fill in all of the gaps. I did turn off the diffuser temporarily while I finished decorating because it was just blowing as I was trying to decorate. I'll turn that back on and I'll show you how beautiful it all turned out. Let's style a few more shelves here on an entertainment center in the living room. So above the TV, I have this shelf and I like to decorate it. So I took one of the extra garlands that I didn't use on the mantle and just kind of made an oval out of it. And I'm placing this free pumpkin that was given to us. I'm just switching out those pumpkins that were in it with a few velvet ones and some extra stems that I have. And then to the top of the stand, I'm adding another one of these beautiful Michaels LED candles. This one's the largest size that they have. In front of it, I want to tuck this beautiful thrifted leaf. I made a DIY on these last year with the napkin methods that you just buy napkins, peel them and decoupage them onto different things like these wooden leaves, and it was so much fun. So I will link that video below, as well as any of the items that I'm using today that obviously weren't thrifted and can be bought in a store. Recent, of course, like these beautiful candles. So don't forget to visit the description box. For the last layer, I'm adding this wool pumpkin from Pop Shelf, and then we're ready to decorate the other side. On this side of the shelf, I'm adding this beautiful barn scene. I love the yellow tones in the picture. And then I'm adding this beautiful lantern with a yellowish gold base, also bought from my friend's resale shop. And then I'm placing another one of those leaves that I DIY'd last year. I'm just going to tuck it right here next to the pumpkin. And lastly, I'm placing this beautiful velvet leaf. I think this was bought from Hobby Lobby. Side of the entertainment center, there's 3 shelves. So to the bottom shelf, I'm adding this beautiful picture from Home Goods, and then I'm going to lay this beautiful leaf tray right here. I love the details in it, and we're going to add some pumpkins. This one is a light up one. I'm going to add it to the center, and then we have these beautiful, it's like yellowish gold ones, so I'm going to place one on each end. Next shelf is where we're finally going to place the burgundy book, and then I have these faux ones I'm going to put on the side. I like to use books as risers and dividers. So here is this beautiful pumpkin that I want to add on top of that book. I love the colors in it. That was from, I think, Hobby Lobby, and this turkey as well. I love that it's gold and it's perfect for fall. Then I'm adding a leaf that I've had forever. As you can see, it's chipped, and I'm just placing this cute bottle. I think this was from probably Dollar Tree, I'm guessing. And on this top shelf, I'm adding this large amber vase. I wish it was a little bit lighter color, but I do like the size of it. And then I'm putting this tea light and these stacked pumpkins. It's the ceramic light up style ones. And then last, I'm adding this really cute gold squirrel. the other side of the entertainment center to this bottom shelf, I'm adding this fleur-de-lis plate rack, and then I'm adding this beautiful platter from Home Goods. And then I have this amber vase. I don't know where I got this from. It may have been given to us, or looks like maybe from the Dollar Tree. Then I'm adding another one of these cute mini light up pumpkins. To this center shelf, I'm adding another Goodwill find that I actually painted with the same paint that I used last year for the DIYs. And then I'm adding these beautiful balls from Kirkland's. I love the plaids and the prints on them. And then I'm just embellishing the rest with some leaves and some bowl fillers. On the last top shelf, I'm adding another large vase, and then I'm putting another beautiful light up pumpkin and an adorable light up owl that actually doesn't light up anymore, so I'm going to have to look at changing the battery. But both of these were purchased from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. And now we're going to go in and take a closer look and see how it all turned out. Belle is going to welcome you to the living room tour. So I'm loving all the colors, warmth, the texture, and plaids in this room this fall 2024 season. And as you see, I'm giving you a peek of our fall tree. I didn't decorate that on camera because I know not everybody does that, but I promise I'll give you a close-up look when we get to that corner of the room. start the series off by decorating here in the kitchen. In today's video, we're going to be doing a beautiful tablescape. I want to do like an orchard kind of theme. I've never decorated with apples before for fall, so I thought that would be really fun to do. I want to redo our hutch and just add some pieces in there and decorate the rest of the kitchen, and then we'll probably do a part 2 where we're going to do our cocoa treat bar. I want to do it like a caramel apple theme, so I thought that'd be really fun to incorporate since we're going to be doing the apples this year here in the kitchen. I'm excited to get started. I want to take you guys along with me, so let's get to decorating. So I have 2 table runners. I'm not sure which one I want to use yet. There's this beautiful burnt orange one. These were both from Market Square at Hobby Lobby. They were $7.99, so a great price. The only issue with Market Square, as far as I know, they do not go on sale. So that's okay. I'm going to return the other one that we're not going to use today, and I'm hoping that we are in agreement with which one we decide looks best. I originally wanted a plaid table runner, but I couldn't find one to match the napkins, and the set that they had was a tablecloth, and I didn't really want that. So next we're going to add these beautiful placemats. These were from Hobby Lobby. I believe they were 6 or 8 to a pack, so they were very inexpensive. I think they were 8 because I remember using it as a place setting for this table, plus using them to build vignettes throughout my home last fall. So they may have been a pack of 8, and I do remember them being very inexpensive. So hopefully they still have some if you like these as much as I do. To each place setting, I'm adding these wooden chargers, and then I'm going to add some cream plates that I used for Easter this year. I think it's going to go really well for the table setting because it's got the brown ring around it. So I'm layering that next. And then I have some plates that I bought from Kirkland's. I had only gotten 4 last year. That's all they had. And when I went back this year to get 2 more, I bought the large, not realizing I had the medium. So I didn't know I had the mediums till I brought them down. But that's okay. We're going to make it work. And then these are the beautiful napkins that I was telling you about. They were also from Hobby Lobby. It was 40% off, of course, for their fall right now. So I thought these would match really well with an apple orchard theme that I want to do. So that's why I didn't want to do a tablecloth. I just think it would have been too busy. So I am going to use these beautiful napkin rings that I bought from my friend's resale shop. She has the roundabout resale and consignment, and I love to shop there. She's always got such unique, beautiful pieces and such a variety of things. So if you're local, I definitely highly recommend going check out her store if you ever get a chance to. So I want this table setting to be pretty casual. So I'm just doing the fan where you just take the napkin and you flip it over and then grab the center of it. Just make sure that the tag is not showing because you don't want that part to show when you fan it out the top. And then you just take the napkin ring and slide it up to, I go almost up to the center. Just slide it down like that, and then that's it. And then I just kind of fan it out. And again, you don't want the tag showing if you've never done this method before. I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, I just kind of wanted to show and explain what I was doing. So I may add back these green goblets. I had actually had them out for springtime, and I'm just going to see how I'm liking it. I want to kind of set the each setting so I can see which table runner that I want to go with. So that's what I'm doing right here. So I hope I'm not driving you crazy. So I like to do different place settings if I'm having trouble deciding on options like I am this table runner. And then I didn't know if I wanted to keep the Kirkland's plate and layer it on top of the cream one. And so I definitely decided to stick with the cream table runner. Hopefully you guys agree. And once I build the tablescape that I have in my head, hopefully it'll come out like I'm hoping. I think it's going to be a lot going on with a lot of colors. So I think just keeping a neutral table runner is going to work best. So now that I made that decision, I'm going to go ahead and add each place setting. I did decide to also definitely add the Kirkland's plate on top. I like the warmth that it's bringing. Although I do like the cream on its own, I just think that I want a little bit more warmth, especially for fall. So now that I'm finishing the table settings, I just wanted to ask you guys, are you the ones who tuck the placemats underneath the table runner, or do you lay it on top? I've actually done both, depending on if I want my entire placemat to show. If it's a really pretty one, I'll layer it on top. And sometimes I just tuck it underneath, just depending on my mood and what the placemat looks like. So I'm just curious what you guys do. I know a lot of YouTubers, I've seen them do it both ways. I'm not sure if there's like a an etiquette way to do it or not. So these are the other plates that I'm going to mix with the ones from Kirkland's. I love the beautiful detail of the bird on them. It's actually raised above the plate. I've also bought these from Hobby Lobby. So I think they're going to look really well on the ends. So I'm going to add a napkin to each place setting to finish this up. And then we're going to add those green glasses that I definitely decided I wanted to put here just to bring in some green tones. And then we're going to create the cutest table centerpiece. And this was my inspiration. If you have visited my channel before, you might recognize this really cute wagon. I thrifted this about 2 years ago at an estate sale. I've used it in our living room and even our family room, but this year I decided to try it here in the kitchen for our orchard theme. So next I'm adding these, I think they're risers, these tree stump risers. Not sure exactly what they're called, but I'm placing one on each side of the wagon. So next I'm going to add these beautiful lights. They're actually branches with LED lights on them. And I got this idea from Liz. She has a channel called Traditions by the Season. I am sure you have heard of her. She is a popular YouTube decorator. She has such beautiful ideas. If you have not checked out her channel, I will link it in the description below. But she had these and she strung them across a ladder that she has hanging above one of her console tables. And then this year she added one on her console table in her dining room, I believe. I'm hoping I'm getting this right from my memory. I do watch a lot of YouTubers, but from what I recall, she had used it in those two different ways. And look how cute they blink and dim in and out. They do all these different functions by pressing the button. So I wanted to show you all the different ways you could use them. I'm just going to keep them on steady. I don't like it when they disco. I do like when they fade in and out occasionally, but right now I'm just going to keep them on steady. So I am going to just kind of vine this through. I want to kind of have it going up the wagon. So I'm going to take my time. I won't do it on camera because it'll probably take me too long, because they have the little swirly branches that you just kind of want to spread out and make it look as natural as possible. I loved how Liz did hers. She took her time, and I'm going to do the same. So before we finish creating the tablescape, I just wanted to show y'all how beautiful this is. I think just having this would be enough, and just adding some pumpkins with some hay, but we're not done yet. I want this table centerpiece to be full and lush with tons of cozy layers and textures. So I'm adding those beautiful candle holders. I bought those from Hobby Lobby, and then I'm just going to tuck some picks here and there. I'm going to start off with these. I love the red berry colors in them, or like a dark, I guess they're like a dark maroon color, but it's going to bring in the red apple color to the table. And then I'm adding this cute little basket that I thrifted for my spring decor, and I'm just wanting to tuck it here. I want it just to kind of rest sideways like that. And then I'm going to try some baskets. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it here at the tablescape or on our treat bar this year, but so I'm going to try them and see if I like them. They're such a great price, and I love the colors and the warmth that they are going to add to the table. But again, I'm undecided if I'm going to leave them here or use them at my treat bar, which is where I originally intended to use it. So we'll see how it comes together. Next, I'm adding these beautiful LED battery operated candles that I bought from Hobby Lobby as well. So the only bad thing with these lights sometimes is the white part at the bottom shows. So I don't want that to show. I'm going to try to maybe just add this sunflower ring and see if I like that, and it'll hide the white part. So I'm not sure if this is going to be a failure or if I'm going to like it. So we'll kind of just play around and see if we like it. Hopefully you guys agree with all my decisions I'm making today. That's why I love YouTube so much. You guys give the greatest opinions and ideas, especially from other YouTubers as well. Get so many ideas. So that's what I love about this community. Of course, as long as they're necessary, critiques and not just cruel, of course. But I love how everybody just is so unique, and we do things in so many different ways. Even when we have the same things, we just use them differently differently, and I love that. So now I'm just going to continue to layer things like pine cones, pumpkins, and leaves, and even some more stems. Little packaging paper. They remind me of actual straw, so I'm gonna stick those at the bottom of the wagon before we add the other pumpkins, pine cones, and apples. And so I'm not really feeling the sunflower, although it is going to be a little bit in my tablescape. I don't want it to be like a focal point, so I'm going to try just kind of putting some of this straw, mimic straw, around it, and the top of the candle right here, a candle holder, and just kind of scrunch it and see if it'll hide the white part, which I think it is. So hopefully it'll stay and be a good option. I decided to remove the baskets. I definitely wanted to use them at the treat bar anyway, so I think it's just too much going on. So I'm going to remove the baskets, and then we'll continue to make this beautiful tablescape. Bought these cute little apples and then a bag of acorns from our local pop shelf. Now for the star of the show, I'm adding some apples. I'll be adding fake ones as well as real on top. I arranged and rearranged several times until I was happy with how it turned out. But guys, I am obsessed. It's so beautiful, cozy, and warm, and I hope the camera is picking up how beautiful this turned out. So I love how it's looking, but we're not done yet. We're going to do one really easy DIY. So I saw this on Pinterest when I looked up apple ideas, and they had the cutest little DIY where you just cut out the top of an apple and add a tea light, and I have tons of tea lights, so I thought we would give it a try. So basically, I just got a tea light that I'm going to use, and then a marker, and just trace the tea light with the marker. And then I'm going to come with I think I'm just going to use like a steak knife because that's all I have. But you can use a paring knife. Someone even did a drill bit at the top where it created like a hole at the top. You just want it enough to where you can stick the tea light inside. So I'm just puncturing it all the way around. Just be careful not to cut yourselves, guys. And then I'm just getting a spoon and kind of scooping out the top portion where the tea light can hopefully slide in properly. So So if you want better instructions on how to do this, head to Pinterest. They have lots of ideas on there. So this is working. The tea light fits. So what I'm going to do now is just get some lemon juice. If I had the kind to squeeze, I would put it inside, but I don't. So I'm just going to squeeze a lemon because, again, it's what I have already in my kitchen, just so that it won't turn brown as quickly. My husband even said we can even maybe try some wax inside. So that would be a good idea. You can probably even do this with fake apples, but again, I already had this handy, so this is what I'm doing. But you could try it both ways. I think it would be cute with even some fake ones. As a finishing touch, I'm just layering them into the tablescape, and I think this is precious. I can't wait to see what it looks like at night. I promise I'll give you guys an evening shot of the kitchen when it's all done. I'm finishing off the wagon by tucking one little mini scarecrow pick inside. So we have a lot to decorate here in this kitchen. It'll probably be, again, like I said, a two-part series because I think it's going to get rather long. But the next thing we're going to do is just attach this swag. I'm going to arch it around this large clock I have on the wall. So the wall, I want it to look like old and antique, so I don't mind putting staples inside of it. To me, it just adds to the character. But of course, if you have a nice wall or you want to mimic something like this, you would just use some command hooks and some wire to attach it. So I'm going to put it just kind of, like I said, arched around, and then we're going to come and dress it up a little bit more with some picks and some apples. Add a few faux apples to the arrangement. So I'm going to do that by sticking some skewer sticks inside the faux apple at the bottom, just twisting it. That way I can make a pick out of it and tuck them throughout the garland. Underneath the clock, I have this bench, and we have this plug-in that I like to cover up with whenever I can. I'm probably going to be using that pillow gather on my porch, but I wanted to try it here with the brown and white stripes. And then I'm adding this plaid yellow and white pillow that I bought from at home last year, and this really cute Hey Pumpkin one from Hobby Lobby. Although I do like the cute little front part, I am going to turn it around this year and just use the plaid side. And then I created this cute little basket vignette with some pumpkins and some apples. And then the last thing we're going to add to the bench is this adorable muted orange pumpkin. Next to the bench, we have this old wooden chair that was found in our attic when we moved in. So to that, I'm adding this beautiful lush blanket. This plaid one came from Hobby Lobby this year. And then I'm layering it with this beautiful brown textured pillow. And then we're going to keep And then in front, I'm adding this really precious lumbar pillow that was also bought from Hobby Lobby. Above the chair on the wall, we have a beautiful hook that our late Pop gave us, so I treasure that. And I like to add things to it. So this year I have a basket. I'm going to go ahead and keep it up here for the warmth and the coziness, but I'm just adding a cute little sign that I bought from Hobby Lobby. They were 40% off, so I didn't want to pass it up with the little apples. I'm attaching it just by adding some hot glue, and then we're going to put some stems and some apples inside the basket to dress it up. Decorate this wall rack. So I left out this basket that I had out for spring, and I want to reuse it for fall. I just tucked an extra napkin from our tablescape that I had left over inside of it, and then we're just going to beef it up at the bottom so that way the decor doesn't fall down, just by putting some paper and again that mimicking straw look, before adding some pumpkins and apples. Next to the basket, I'm adding what I hope looks like dried wheat. That's what I was trying to mimic. So I just chucked a couple of stems that I had together, and I tied a burlap bow around it, and I'm hanging it upside down to hopefully look like dried wheat. And then next to it, I'm putting a cute hat that I found from Dirt Cheap this year, and I hope it doesn't clash with the napkin, but I am liking the plaid look because that's what I'm going for this year. Before we decorate the shelf, I want to add this plate above it. I bought a set of 4 of these from Burlington's this year, and then on the top of the shelf, I'm adding this cute picture. It was $2.99 from a local Goodwill, and then I'm going to put this pick inside. It's like a yellowish gold, so it'll bring in the tones of the yellow from the plate. To add in some deep browns, I'm adding this cute pumpkin that I bought from Dollar Tree years ago. Next to it, I'm adding this cute jar that I bought last year from my friend's resale consignment shop, Roundabout Resale. And then I'm adding this pick from Hobby Lobby. I think I bought this years ago from there. And I do want to bring in some more of that deep red. So I'm going to get another flower just to tuck right here. And I think this is the perfect addition to tie in all the colors so beautifully together. On our stairs, we have this very tiny little landing, but I do like to decorate it for each season sometimes. And I just want to add these floral picks I bought from Hobby Lobby. I always wait for the 40 or 50% off sale. And the yellow ones I've had for a long time. And I went ahead and bought 2 of these red ones just to bring in some of the red and yellow tones right here to this part of the room. And then I'm going to get the most beautiful candle that I bought from Michael's. It was actually my husband that saw them, that told me about them, and I was like, oh my gosh, they will be perfect. So I went and get them, and y'all, I cannot rave enough about these. They're so beautiful. The red and gold leaves in them with the brown stems against the white is just gorgeous. It's LED, and it's so beautiful because when you light it up, the top actually looks like the wax has melted. I hope the camera is picking it up, y'all. It's so pretty. It just looks like the wax has melted, and I cannot say enough about these candles. They have different sizes that I'm going to decorate with later. So I'll show you the other sizes that they have. So make sure to hit that notification bell so you can come back and watch me decorate with these in our living room. But for now, we're going to decorate this beautiful vintage phone. Above it, I'm going to add another one of those sunflower plates. So this phone was in our home when we bought it, and it was one of the pieces that I absolutely adore, and I love to decorate it for each season. So I'm adding another one of those Dollar Tree pumpkins on top of it. In front of the kitchen door, I'm going to add this throw rug. So at Hobby Lobby this year, their throw rugs, pillows, and blankets when I went were 50% off. And because we have a lot of orange in the brick floor here in the kitchen, I chose the orange color just to bring in some of those tones right here and the warmth of the kitchen, especially during the fall. I moved around a few things. I added this vase to the corner and added some beautiful picks. These have a bright orange and reds and then some browns. I added our shoe crate to the other wall and then put a cute orange pumpkin next to it. I'm going to tuck another orange pumpkin next to this beautiful arrangement, and I think this area in the kitchen, although simple, it turned out so cute. And I just want to give you guys a pic of the doggies. They were helping me out, and I think they got tired from all the decorating, so they're taking a little snooze on the rug. If this is your first time here, Belle is our black dog and Daisy is her baby. She's the white one, and they're both such a blessing to our home. So now we're going to decorate our hutch. I don't think I've ever showed this part of my kitchen. You may have seen it, but I've never decorated it before for each season and filmed it. So this year we're going to do it for fall. So unfortunately the light has burnt out, so I do have to replace that. So unfortunately for this video, I don't have a replacement. So we're going to film without it. First, I'm adding this fall market tin sign I bought from Hobby Lobby to this center shelf. And at this top shelf, I'm adding these beautiful fleur-de-lis canisters. And then down here in the center, I'm adding this Dollar Tree beautiful platter. In this corner, I'm adding this clearance, $1.25 Farmers Market little sign, and then a basket in front of it. I want to add lots of texture and layers. To this center shelf, I'm adding this really cute Cafe de Paris sign. It was given to us for free. And then those larger plates that I bought from Kirkland's earlier that couldn't go on my tablescape, I knew would work perfectly right here. So I'm putting one on each side of the sign. And then I'm adding this cute saucer. It is chipped. It was given to us that it was already broken. So a trick to do that is just to get a black marker and fill it in, and you never would even know that it was cracked. I love to do that little trick when necessary. So we were blessed with some free stuff, and all these black and white pieces were in a set. So I'm adding that beautiful tray to the center in front of the sign. And then this little green and white set was given to me by a friend. I know I'm very blessed. And I'm adding the last black and white piece right here and some wheat pumpkins on each side. And then we're going to embellish the tray with some simple leaves to bring in a little bit more color. To add some red and burgundy at the top right here, I'm adding this beautiful oil. I don't even know what it is, guys. I think it's like an Italian glass oil, and I've had that for years and years. On this side, I'm adding this copper pumpkin. I added the last canister, and then I'm adding a few more of these green and white sets that my friend gave me, like these plates. And then to the middle, I was blessed again with this beautiful bowl from my sister-in-law, who bought it from a local Goodwill last weekend, and I can't wait to build a beautiful centerpiece inside of it to match the platter behind it from the Dollar Tree. I matched the colors to these beautiful glasses that I picked up from Dollar Tree that I added to the other side of the hutch. Next to the bowl, I'm adding another Hobby Lobby copper sign. And then next to that, I'm placing this really cute drinking glass that I found from our local Goodwill. I was a little disappointed. I wish they would have had a set, but there was only one, but I couldn't pass it up. So I'm just tucking a few leaves just to bring some more fall foliage right here. And then I'm adding some wheat picks inside the glass. The bottom shelf, I'm tucking this apple basket to the center, and we're going to just add some picks and some pumpkins inside of it. So at first I put the packaging paper so that way everything doesn't fall down, like these acorns and pumpkins, and I just tucked a simple pick inside. To me, it reminds me of wheat. And then, of course, some fall leaves. I'm adding this cute mini pumpkin, and to the basket, some more acorns, pumpkins, and a gourd. And then, of course, some more leaves. In the corner, I tucked this kitchen conversion sign that I bought again from a Goodwill. And then this beautiful, it's like a grape, yellowish gold glass bottle. And then I'm finishing it off by adding this beautiful copper tea kettle that was bought from my friend's resale shop. Now we're going to decorate the top of the hutch to bring in some fall to the top. I'm adding this garland. It's like a mini swag. It's not really a garland. I guess I would call it a swag. And it matches the one that we added on the clock to the other wall. So opposite that is the hutch, and I thought it'd be pretty just to tuck in a few more fall leaves and a little bit more picks just to bring in some color. And all of these beautiful flower picks were from my sweet neighbor. She knows I love to seasonal decorate, and she blessed me with lots of bins for different seasonal decor, and these were in them. In today's video, we will be doing a part 2 fall kitchen decorate with me. I'm going to do a really fun caramel apple themed treat bar and finish cozying it all up for fall, and I can't wait to get started. I want to take you guys along with me, so let's get to decorating. So one of my favorite places to decorate here in our kitchen is above our windowsill. We have a rather large window bump out that I get to decorate, and it's so fun to do it for each season. So I want to create just a really fun floral arrangement inside this basket that I bought from Hobby Lobby. And speaking of Hobby Lobby, I got lots of fall stems like these this year. They were $1 and $1.50. I could not believe it when I saw them. So I grabbed a whole bunch of different ones. So there's going to be all kind of different stems that we're going to use here that I bought on clearance. And I just want it to look like organic, like it was just outside with all kind of different fall foliage. So no rhyme or reason. I'm just tucking and adding random stems until I'm happy with the overall look. Then we will place it up on the window nook. We have so much space up here at the window nook. I like to add some sort of tray, riser, or cutting board. And today I'm going to put this beautiful tray that I thrifted last year at a local Goodwill for $2.99. And then we're going to add these beautiful candle holders. I love the colors. And it does have the birds, and I decorated with those last year, but we're going to reuse a few pieces, and these are one of them. In between the candlesticks, I want to add this riser because later we're going to add some cute faux pies to them. So I like to add some sort of picture up here, and I have two options. This one that I thrifted for, it was under $2, I believe. It was really inexpensive, and I was going to paint it, but I decided to go ahead and try it and leave it as is for fall. And then next I'm adding this cute apple pie sign. I did a fun DIY with it last year. It's a sign from the Dollar Tree, and my husband made a frame out of it for me with some old wood we had lying around the house. Laid this really cute pumpkin pie kitchen dish towel on the riser, and then I'm placing this pumpkin bowl, and I like to put those dish scrubbers inside of it to collect the water. So a necessity near the sink, a dishwashing soap, and I bought the apple green one for fall. So this is the second option, this copper pitcher. And I'm liking this one better just because it kind of flows with the colors up here. And although I do like the other one, I'll just probably use it another time or in another place. So now it is time to place these adorable faux pies that I made last year. Again, I will link that video in the description box below if you would love to make some of your own. That one was the pumpkin one, and then this one is the cute apple one. I also made some essential oil blends to drop inside of each pie. The apple, of course, smells like apple, and the pumpkin smells like pumpkin. I can't find them right now, but I know I saved them. So once I get them, I will drop some inside each pie. But quite honestly, y'all, they still smell, even being boxed up all year long. And as you see out the window, I'm slowly losing daylight. So I'm going to stop filming for today. We did half of the kitchen. I put that out in a video as part 1, and this will be part 2. So we're going to come back out tomorrow on a beautiful day, hopefully, and finish fall decorating. So as you see, it's a new day. The sun is creeping in and out, but much better lighting. So I added a cute apple to the pie stand because it's an apple theme here this year. And then I went ahead and switched out the bowl to this mini one just because it's a lot smaller and it fits this much better. And I want to add something else inside the tray. So we have a new local pop shelf store, and it's like a Dollar General, but lots more decor. And I love this little acorn. I bought 2 of them last year, so I'm going to add one here to the tray. As you saw, they were $3 from Pop Shelf. Next, I'm adding some apple bushes. This came in a larger bush, and I just cut a few stems here and there to sprinkle throughout the kitchen. So I'm tucking one red one right here, and then on the other side, I think I'll add a green one. Usually for Christmas, I frame this window nook with a garland, and I thought it would be fun to do one for fall. I've wanted to do one every year, but never have yet, so today is the year. So I have this beautiful garland. I do not know, guys, if this was given to me by my neighbor. I can't remember, or if it was in the free bins, or if I bought it years ago. I can't recall, so I apologize, but I think it's so beautiful and lush. So we're going to frame the window with it, and then I have some really cute elements to add to it later. On top of the garland, I'm going to layer these beautiful LED branches. I actually used some of these on my tablescape this year, and I love the glow that they have in the evening time. So if you didn't see that video, they actually have different settings that you can put the lights on, like blinking and steady and fading in and out. So there's lots of options. I just wanted to show you guys that if you didn't see these before. I bought them from Michael's, like I said, and I will link them below. They are my favorite so far. They look so realistic, and I love the soft glow, like I said, at night. So I'm going to take my time to spread out each of the branches, thread them in and out of the garland so they look as natural as possible. And at the end of this video, stay tuned because we're going to be doing a day and evening tour of the kitchen all lit up for fall. Next, I want to add a few apples. I'm doing this by getting some faux apples. They were either given to me, thrifted, or I did find a bag at Hobby Lobby to use throughout the kitchen. But I'm making these picks just by sticking skewer sticks inside of them. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the green and the red. I am doing both apples here in the kitchen, but I'm not sure if I want both up here. So we'll have to see how it looks. I definitely decided to just stick with the red. To each candle, I'm adding these beautiful orange and brown leaves candle. I love the details on them. Hopefully the camera is picking them up. I bought these from Hobby Lobby. a few changes to the counter next to the sink. I'm going to switch out canisters of the oats to this one. It has the copper top. I had bought this from Pop Shelf last year. There was a huge 50% off sale. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I remember it being very inexpensive. To cozy up this part of the kitchen, I thought I would add a beautiful basket first and then layer it with the cookbook and then the canister of oats. In the back, I'm going to nestle this cute pumpkin pie cutting board sign I bought from, I think it was Hobby Lobby. And then I'm adding this precious apple. I borrowed it from my mom. Her sister actually gave it to her and she said it was an antique piece. And then I'm moving that over just a little bit to add these cute, precious kitchen towels, another acorn, and then some apple chips that we're going to use later at the treat bar. So before we decorate the other side of the sink, I wanted to give it a really quick scrub down with this pink stuff. I'm sure I'm late to the game. I know I had seen it for so many years here on YouTube and finally broke down and bought some, and I'm so glad I did. We have an old cast iron farmhouse style sink and it is so hard to keep clean. This stuff works miracles on it. You just scrub a little bit here and there with scuff marks or any kind of stains and they come right out, guys. I'll also link this below if you have not tried it yet. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Now we're going to decorate the cabinet on this side of the sink now that I gave everything a good cleaning. Switching out some more canisters that I bought on sale last year at Pop Shelf. One has flowers, and then I thought these little pumpkin pastas would be really cute to add to one. I found these at Home Goods. They have such cute seasonal pasta and treats every year that I like to look for the season cooking and also for our treat bar. So at Dollar General, when I went, it was buy one, get one 50% off their fall decor. So I bought a few things, and this beautiful canister was one of them. So I'm just switching out with the one that I had here. Next, I'm adding this adorable apple candle I bought from Michael's. It was the Ashton brand and it was 50% off. And then I'm just tucking another apple stem and some leaves around it. I promise if I do light the candle, I will move all these things so it will not be a fire hazard. Above the stove, I have this spice rack, and I'm going to remove some of the spices and the cute barn salt and pepper shakers. So each season, I like to switch those out, and those were actually given to us for free. I had them out for both spring and summer. Now I'm going to add this really cute pumpkin spice sign. I was originally going to use it at our treat bar, but I have another one I'm going to use there instead. So I thought I would try it here, and then I have the most precious little salt and pepper acorns that I thrifted last year, and I want to reuse them again because they'll still go with this year's fall orchard theme. So I'm going to add this beautiful bird and pumpkin dish towels in front of the stove. So if you do not go all out and decorate like me, you can just do simple touches around your kitchen, and just adding some seasonal kitchen towels is one easy, affordable way of just bringing a little bit of the season that you're in into your home. So at Dollar Tree, I love to pick up different signs, and this really cute pumpkin patch one was on a really thin, cheap cutting board, and I want to attach it to a real one, so I'm just getting some hot glue, and I'm going to hot glue the sign onto the cutting board, and then after the holidays, I can just take it right off. Now I'm going to tuck it inside the wire rack, and then I'm adding this really cute Give Thanks rolling pin next to it. To bring some apples to this side of the kitchen, I'm tucking another one of those apple stems inside behind the rolling pin. So another thing I like to add right here is a seasonal apron, and when I saw this one at Home Goods, I knew it would match the colors that I'm doing in the kitchen perfectly. So I just am tying it to the wire rack. So I usually add some floral arrangements inside of this, cutting board tin, but I want to remove that because I have another copper sign that I want to hang just to bring in some more copper in the room. So I hope to encourage someone today, if you are like us and have an old-fashioned kitchen with lots of remodels that you would love to get done. In the meantime, just decorate a few things here and there seasonally to make it a home. So I'm sure, like you guys, I get lots of inspiration and ideas from other amazing seasonal YouTubers, and Rebecca from Rebecca Fraser Home always adds some sort of riser to break up the black from her stove. So I thought I would try it when I saw this one from a local Goodwill. It was under $2, and I thought by adding some fall things like pumpkins, apples, and a spoon rest would do the trick. Hers always looks so cute, and she does like a seasonal candle as well as seasonal decor. So I thought I would try it in my little corner of YouTube, and I really like this idea. It cozied up this corner of our kitchen. So if you don't already watch Rebecca, which I'm sure you do, I highly recommend her channel. I will link it in the description box below so you can be inspired by her channel as well. So I'm curious if you guys like to add decor to the top of your refrigerator or just leave it bare. I like to decorate it and change it up every now and then. And I made this beautiful cornucopia. It's been at least 10 years that I have used this. I have had to rearrange and re-hot glue a lot of things here and there, but it's still in great shape, so we're going to reuse it. I decided to leave out the 2 roosters that our late pop blessed us with, and I put this milk jug as well as this Happy Harvest vase with some wheat stems inside of it. I'm adding this drying mat to the sink. So I had cut it and used it last year at our treat bar, and I thought this year I would just place it right here with these beautiful kitchen towels that match the other ones we used earlier. And then y'all, just for the sake of YouTube today, I thought it'd be fun just to put some pumpkins here in the sink just so we can take some pretty shots of the fall kitchen. But of course it's not practical to keep them here, so they will be moved. But I always see pictures and they have pumpkins in their farmhouse style sinks. So I thought I would give it a try. Hoping I'm not the only one who loves pumpkin scenes in a farmhouse sink. Now we're going to quickly decorate this island. I only have 2 placemats and 2 of these plates left, so I'm going to put them on each end as a place setting. We're just going to keep it simple here because we do eat here a lot. And I'm going to just put this really cute barrel basket that I bought from Michael's this year. And I have this paper because I want to make it look like a full arrangement, but I don't have much. I just have this tiny wreath that I want to make it work. So I'm going to kind of fluff it up and make it appear like it's a full arrangement, hopefully, is my plan. I love the colors in it. It matches the kitchen so well. And then I'm just going to add a faux apple and a faux pumpkin. I have this thrifted basket. I've had it for a while, and I did clean it out just because I remember it being hanging in the thrift store. So I cleaned it really well with soap and water, let it dry overnight because we're going to put some real apples because I'm hoping if the apples are out, my kids do love apples, but you know, it's not always their first choice as a snack, but being they're right here in front of them, hopefully it will be now. So I'm adding this precious pumpkin cutting board. I bought it last year from Dollar Tree. It was in that $3 or $5 section. And then I placed a candle on top of it, and I'm just adding this bowl. And then I'm going to place a kitchen towel down. It just matches the ones that are on my tablescape for my napkins. And I'm putting just some simple tiny apples in the bowl. And I think this little area turned out really sweet as well. Now for the fun part, we are going to decorate a cabinet that I use as our cocoa bar. This year we're going to do a fall candy apple themed one, and I thought that would be really fun since we're doing apples this year. I had to put the recipe books at the bottom because I moved them from the Hutch, and then I bought this from Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance, and I thought it'd be really cute to glue the apple to the front of it and hang it above the cabinet. We're just going to do a quick overview of some things I might use. I bought these plates specifically to use this year with the little dogs and apples. These all came from Dollar Tree last year, and I've bought some sprinkles for the candy apples. I'm probably not going to use any of the pie stuff. A lot of that was from last year. I did buy these from Dollar General. They were buy one, get one 50% off, and I thought that'd be really cute for the kids. And then I had this basket. I pulled out all the baskets I thought would go for the candy apple theme. I have this cute wheelbarrow. I'll probably reuse it again because we're doing like an orchard caramel apple bar. And then I bought this thrifted glass red vase. I thought that would be cute for the apple theme. And then we bought some fun fall treats. So I'm so excited to get started. We're probably not going to be putting all of this, but I wanted just to pull out everything that I thought we might use today. So first we're going to make the little sign that I want to add above the cabinet. First, I want to add this cute wooden apple, also purchased from Hobby Lobby, and I'm hot gluing it to the front of the little wooden, I call it a lattice sign. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. If you guys know, let me know in the comments below. For the sign, I want to layer this wreath. I've had this for years, but they do have the apples in it with some fruits. I thought it'd be really cute hung here. So I wanted to try the wheelbarrow and make sure the sign fit with it, but I decided to move that someplace else and use these cute baskets instead. I was actually going to remove this material and wash them because I thrifted them, but they're sewn in really good and I can't remove them without messing them up. So I'm not going to use them to put any candy or treats inside, but I am going to add some apples to each one, and I think using them to display the apples turned out even cuter. I'm going to add Mr. and Mrs. Shelf Sitter Foxes. I bought these last year from Dollar Tree. I can't remember if they were $3 or $5, but I love their little outfits and I knew it would match right here perfectly. Into the center, I'm going to add this really cute red thrifted vase. I think I bought this from a local Goodwill. On this part of the cabinet, it has a plate ledge, so I thought I would put these really cute plates as well as this Happy Fall Y'all sign. This was bought from Michael's. It's the Ashland brand, and it was 60% off, I believe, when I went, maybe even 70. And then they have both of these little plates that I picked up from Hobby Lobby that has the dogs with the apples. I'm going to decorate this tiny little cubby with some tiny pieces because it's small, this gate from Hobby Lobby. And I have that cute brass bell. I think my mom had given that to me, and I used it when I taught school. So we're going to fill up these really cute jars. I bought these last year. It was buy one, get one free. And I thought they would be really cute, filled up with some caramel apple candy corn. And these I bought from Hobby Lobby. So next I'm adding this adorable basket. Y'all watch how cool this is. It opens up and it creates the cutest little basket. It's like a little apple basket. And when I was rewatching some footage trying to find something for my summer shop with me, I went to a store that I love to shop at. If you're local, it's called the Pinhook Flea Market. Anyway, she has the most cutest, unique things, antiques, and lots of seasonal decor. So I had seen this when I was rewatching footage from my summer shop with me, and I was like, man, what are the chances that they actually still have it? So I went back a few weeks ago, and when I looked in the same spot it was before, it was gone. So I thought it was bought, and when I asked the owner, she says, oh, I still think we have it. So anyway, long story short, they had moved it, and she hunted it down for me, so I was able to purchase it, and I was so excited they still had it because I knew it would be perfect right here at the treat bar. So later I will put some apples in it once we run out of these, but I thought adding these little cute apple chips that I bought from TJ Maxx would be really fun right here for the kiddos. I'm just so glad they still had it, and it's a piece that I know I'm gonna love pulling out each fall season. So before we add the caramel apples, I wanted to quickly decorate down here. So I'm adding this thrifted basket, and inside of it I'm gonna put some thrifted mugs. On the side of the basket, I want to add these cute mugs that match the plates I bought from Hobby Lobby. shelf, I'm adding this adorable Hello Fall wheelbarrow, and I'm going to add some candy corn hot cocoa, and later I'll put some regular hot cocoa inside, but I have to go get that first. So right now I'm going to add these cute, adorable Dollar General cups that I bought. There's 5 of them, so I'm going to place them right here. And then I bought this really cute grab a cup and mark it up holder from Hobby Lobby. I thought the little wood would match the theme perfectly. And then I'm adding these cups that I picked up this year from Home Goods. I usually buy them from there or TJ Maxx. They have such great prices. And then I'm putting the little slips inside the basket as well as the lids. I'm going to finish off by putting a Sharpie to write our names on the cups. And then down here I'm adding this cute little fox mug. I bought this from Goodwill this year, and then I thought it'd be really cute to add these stirring spoons. They have the pumpkins and the leaves. These were bought over the years from Hobby Lobby. Before we add the rest of the sweet treats, I wanted to add this cute little apple sign and this pumpkin spice wooden piece that came from Hobby Lobby. So I used this cocoa last year, but I want to place back the little tin can. I think it's so cute. And then I'm adding this pot holder. So this was from Hobby Lobby, and I loved the colors, and it matched with the little dish towels inside of it. And then I'm just stringing across these little pumpkin lights. I knew that they would be perfect for some ambient lighting here at the treat bar. So here to this sunken part of the tree bar, I'm going to add this cute tree trunk riser, and I thought it'd be a cute place to put our caramel apples on. So for the sake of this video not being too long, I was going to record my daughter and I making these. They were so fun to do. So I just wanted to give you a close-up of how they turned out. I think this little caramel apple station turned out so cute. So my sweet husband brought home some more sweet treats, so I'm going to add them to this canister. And to the next canister, we're going to add these adorable fall cookies. So a hot cocoa bar would not be complete without some hot chocolate. So I'm putting some faux leaves, and then we're going to put this thrifted mug full of yummy hot chocolate. And then we're going to add some Cool Whip on top and some fun fall sprinkles. Well, friends, we are all finished decorating the tree bar and now the kitchen for this year's orchard apple theme. I cannot believe I've never decorated with an apple theme before for fall, but I absolutely love it and I think it's precious. Now let's go tour and see how it all came together. I really hope you enjoyed us looking back to some past fall decorating videos. I got some ideas for this year by watching them, and I hope that you did as well. So if you haven't already done so, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. It is absolutely free to subscribe. If you love all things seasonal decorating, seasonal aromatherapy, thrifting, shopping, and doing some fun DIYs, I would love for you to join our Little House on Metairie family. Also, if you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. It really does help this video get out to others. And let me know in the comments below that you stopped by for a visit. And be sure to press the notification bells if you would like to come back and visit again. We will be doing a part 2 and even a part 3 decorating marathon before kicking off this year's Fall Decorate With Me series. So until next time, friends, bye for now.